Good afternoon, my friends. So today I am right in front of the station of the cableway station of Chrea, and this little town here in southern Blida is a ski resort, or was beautiful. A ski resort. Now there is no longer any skiing activities here because it doesn't snow, it doesn't rain. Algeria is experiencing a drought, and you can see this area. It's on the top of the.
Please,
not today. Okay, so now you can see the area continues to be visited by people, lots of people. There is a balcony here on the left that overlooks the beautiful Blida Atlas Mountains, and now I am driving to the central part of this little town. It's on the top of the Blida Atlas Mountains, on the highest part of those mountains, and the Blida Atlas Mountains are part of the Tel Atlas in northern Algeria. This is the coastal mountain range here in North Africa. It starts from Morocco and ends in Tunisia, in northern Tunisia, with the Ores Mountains and the mountains in northern Tunisia. And this is the Blida Atlas, one of the most beautiful parts of this Tel Atlas Mountains. And you can see the cedar tree, the cedar tree forest, and all this is part of the national park, the Chrea National Park. It's visited by countless people from every part of Algeria. And today is a day of January. It's the last. No, it's January 29th. People come here to picnic. They come here to sit under these trees. This is the central part of Chrea. It has a hotel, Hotel Les Cedar Hotel. And it also has a few shops here and a parking area. Okay, so there is a mosque on the right, and I'm going to turn around just here because we'll explore this town some other time. It's a monument to pay homage to the people who died, to the martyrs who died during the Independence War. And the purpose of our video, there is this charming post office here on the left. Looks like Switzerland here. Okay, there is this beautiful school, I think, yes, it's an elementary school here on the right. And there are also houses.
Little bit of houses.
Yes, for rent. I think they rent them for people who want to come and stay here.
This little town is very, very beautiful. I didn't know that
it's one of the most beautiful mountain towns in Algeria.
I didn't know that
and you can see
towns like these have mountains.
Yes, and you can see these cedar trees. They are very tall, and they are also they are protected because they are in the national park, in the Chrea National Park, and they are some of them are perhaps centuries old, or even more than 10 centuries old. That road on the left circles the town, or the town area, and there is a hospital for respiratory diseases here, somewhere here. I think that the road on the left would lead you to that hospital. The air is so pure here. We are at more than 1,700 meters high above sea level. Just look at how beautiful this area is, and in some shady areas here in this forest or on this mountain are still have snow. We just saw snow on our way here coming from Hammam Melouane, and the goal of our video today is to film you the route between Chrea, between this place and Hammam Melouane. They have installed a playground here with that bouncy castle. And yeah, not today. We're not visiting the bouncy castle today. It's on the right, and there is a balcony here, as I said earlier, and this is the area where the cableway is. So now I am going to turn right, take the right in order to go to Hammam Melouane and Tabanet. Okay, my friends, so now we are on the Tabanet Road. This road is known as the Tabanet Road because there is a village some 30 kilometers away from here known as Tabanet, and we are headed towards the town of Hammam Melouane. And Hammam Melouane is the neighboring municipality. So this town of Chrea is a municipality on its own, where in the administrative territory of this municipality here in the southern part of Blida. And now we are entering this beautiful cedar tree forest, and we are headed towards the town of Hammam Melouane, which is known for its baths, thermal baths.
Yes. What does thermal baths mean?
It's a place where you bathe in order to, oh, there is snow there, in order to cure some diseases. So there is some snow left here because it's a shady place.
Yes.
See a pile of snow over there. You can see a pile of snow. You've got to be very careful here. It's a hilly road. It's yes, it's very curvy. Yes, it has very sharp bends, very sharp turns. You can see the snow over there. I once picnicked here a few years ago, and it was cold and foggy.
There's another pile of snow.
Yes. This is the highest part of this mountain, and people come here from everywhere. There is a picnic area on the left. Yes, the Atlas cedar. This is the name of this tree. Just look at how wide those tree trunks are.
When we made our picnic,
And you can see that it's quite hard to drive here. So that car is backing down the road in order to let us pass, and there is no guardrail here, safety rail, in order to prevent us from.
We found the best picnic area
Yes,
we can ever find.
in order to prevent us from falling
Yes.
off the cliff.
Yes, sure. In this forest,
But drivers
trees.
are respectful here. They are polite. And they are letting us pass. Just look at.
Was that a squirrel or what?
There are squirrels here. I once saw one. They are squirrels typical to this area, the indigenous squirrels. And I think that they are tailless squirrels. Just look at how narrow this road is here.
Squirrels are so.
Because there are nuts and acorns that they
yes.
feed on.
Squirrels
See,
are
there
like hamsters, you know.
Yes, they
In
are
their face.
rodents. They are rodents. They are like hamsters, even rats. See, they all belong to the same group. There is a parking area here on the left, a parking lot, and probably a nice picnic area with picnic tables. But make sure you bring pieces of fabric in order to, or towels, in order to lay them down on the.
And put your food there.
Yes, on the picnic tables, because sometimes they are not very clean. And now, just look at this road. This is where you can see, this is an open area here. You can stop and take beautiful pictures, amazing pictures. I already filmed a small video here in order to show you the scenery. And you can see that people are parking, they are stopping by in order to take pictures. Just look at that cedar tree, and how wide it gets when it's no longer, there are no longer trees on both surrounding it. And you can see Blida on the left, by the way. So this is one of the few places where you can see both sides of the mountain. Here, because the road is clear, You can go as far as 60 kilometers per hour, but I don't advise. I mean, I really advise you against driving at more than 60 kilometers per hour here, because it's very dangerous. There are some very sharp bends, and I can see very beautiful mountains on my right. Very beautiful mountains. They are amazing. They are. You can even see as far as the Chrea Mountains. They are very far in the distance. In the background, they are white. And they are very high, over 2,000 meters high. I've just seen a horse.
Yes, that horse is black and white.
Yes,
we
and
filmed these mountains in that little video.
yes.
In the little video.
Today the weather is very beautiful, very nice. As we are driving towards Hammam Melouane, and got to be careful here. This is a bend you can't negotiate at 60 kilometers per hour. That would be suicide. Just look at this bend here. And this is the area where cedar trees grow. And just look at the roads ahead of us. It reminds me of some areas of Batna and also some areas of Bijaya. And there is a picnic area here on the left. People are enjoying picnics here.
Yes.
You can see how beautiful, how nice all these places are. There is a village on the right, because I have friends who live here or are from here originally, and they tell me about all the villages that used to be here before the Civil War, because the Civil War destroyed a lot of things. Lots of people were scared of the armed groups, of the terrorist armed groups that ruled this area before in the 1990s, and but the military, the Algerian military, liberated these areas in the end of the 1990s. In 1996, 1997, huge military operations took place in order to liberate this area from the terrorist groups, and people, or Algerian authorities, have been encouraging local populations to return, and people are returning.
Of the 2000s.
Yes, in the early 2000s, people started returning, and there is a village on my right known as Spernia. It's a very remote village, in fact, but it's, I mean, people returned there, and they are living there nowadays. Someday, when my friends, when I meet up my friends, when I see them, we will visit this place, and they will take me there. There is a picnic area on the left. I once picnicked here too, on the left. This is one of the areas where these trees are very numerous, where vegetation is very dense here. As you can see, it's even dark between the trees. It's so dense that it's dark even during the day, and it's also cold or fresh even in the summer. Even in the summer, it's kind of coldish. You can see those trees here. They are such a marvel of nature. And there are lots of people. There is plenty of space here, as you can see. You could pick just any place you want in order to sit and watch all the scenery, all the beautiful scenery, or take pictures, or picnic. We usually buy food in the city, in Algiers. Then we come here. We buy everything we want, all the supplies we need. And we bring a piece of fabric from home in order to lay it down on the ground and enjoy picnicking.
gets dirty when we lay it down. From the backside.
But we also need to ask people, seize the opportunity in this video to ask people to avoid littering and to clean after themselves when they eat in these places. They should, because you know, every time we go on a picnic we find a lot of litter on the ground in those areas usually visited by people. And it's so ugly to see litter, to find litter in such beautiful places where, you know, nature should be kept pristine. There is this pillar here. Maybe it was a farm before or something. And now we are entering one of the densest parts of this forest. This is where we picnicked twice. Just look at how dark it is. It looks like the forest from The Return of the Jedi, the Star Wars movie, The Return of the Jedi. With those Ewoks, just beautiful, wonderful. Looks like a forest from the northwest of the United States, of the American Northwest or Western Canada, of the Rocky Mountains. Just look at it. And it's incredible that all this, I mean, to some people, it's incredible that all this exists in Africa. And yes, it exists in Africa. We are on the African continent. And this is northern Algeria. This is Blida, the province of Blida, just south of Algeria. We're only 70 kilometers away from Algiers. We're only 70 kilometers away from the Mediterranean coast. But we are on the southern side of the Mediterranean coast. The southern bank of the Mediterranean coast, southern coast of the Mediterranean Sea. You can find similar regions in other parts of Algeria. So there are cedar forests in Tissemsilt and also in Tizi-Ouzou. I think that there are forests like these in Tizi-Ouzou. So now this is the area from where you can see the Metidja Plain. So this is the north on the left. The Metidja Plain can be seen on the left, and now we are facing the south, where you can see the rest of the mountains of the Blida Atlas. And of course the Metidja Plain is the part of northern Algeria where Algiers is located. Okay, I think that it's time we overtook this car, although it's not really a nice place to overtake a car, because it's a bend. And now we have started our descent towards the Metidja Plain, but in fact we are not going to we are not going to go as far as the Metidja Plain, because we are going to visit another town here in these mountains. It's Hammam Melouane, as I said. So Chrea is, or was known for its ski resort, while Hammam Melouane is known for its thermal bath, and there is a hotel there too, and it's visited by people who suffer from bone diseases and rheumatism, and who need to visit the baths. And now this is the beauty of Algeria. You can see Algiers, all of it, even including the mosque over there. There are a lot of parts of Algiers that are visible from here. You can see Blida. You can see all of Algiers, in fact. This is one of the highest parts of the Blida Atlas, from where you can see Algiers. And Blida is behind this mountain. It's west of this area. Hammam Melouane is in the eastern part of Blida, in the southeastern part of Blida, while Chrea is south of Blida. That's Algiers. What you see in the distance, the city you see in the distance, is Algiers and its southern suburbs, including Chrea, Bir Khadem, Bir Tuta, and many other suburbs. So there is one particularity about this region, and undoubtedly about any other mountainous region in the world, and it's the fact that in the shady areas, in the winter, in the shady areas, it's very cold, but in the sunny areas, it's hot. It's not very hot, but it's hot. Okay, you can feel the contrast, the difference between them. There is an apartment complex on the right, and it's known as the Sidi Serhan apartment complex. Those are buildings built within the framework of the ADL housing program, and I think that this city here is Blida. So this is where we can see Blida. Blida is very it's at the foothills of these mountains, and it appears here. Blida too is expanding, just like Algiers. And we will be driving by a spring known as Tabanet. And these mountains here are the home of two tribes. I mean, this side of the mountains, the Eid Saleh tribe, Bani Saleh, or Eid Saleh tribe, and the Eighth Misra tribe, the Bani Misra, Eighth Misra tribe. Both of them are Berber or Amazigh, and there are still old people here who can speak the Tamazight language. A friend of mine by the name of Samir El Arifi, who is from this region, published a dictionary about the Tamazight of the Blida Atlas. And it's an interesting document, very interesting document about the populations of these areas. Because it's not just a dictionary, it also contains lots of anthropological information about the people who lived here in the past. And of course they are returning now. This is the Tabanet water spring, I think. They are barbecuing here. They are selling barbecue. It smells well. Just look at the beauty of all these colors. The green hood, the sunny side, the snowy side, the grass. The air is so pure. The sky is so blue. The road surface is generally good. It's excellent. I wish I just wish people didn't litter. You need to be careful here in these places. So Blida is on my left here. You can even see the Chrea mountain on the left. It's in the west. And the Chrea mountain is the mountain at the foothill of which Tipaza is located. Tipaza and Chrea. And I already filmed a video about Chrea. The minaret of the Grand Mosque can be seen from here. So high that you can see the minaret. And of course the minaret is so tall that it could be seen from every part of the Metija plain. You need to be careful here because there are rock falls, okay? You can see the rocks on my right. They fall from the cliffs on the right. Usually when I come here, my wife gets sick because of all these bends, but fortunately today she's feeling well. I remember last time we came here, it was in 2021, yes, in the summer of 2021. Last summer, in the early, no, it was in August, yes. Last summer, in August, not in the early summer. And my wife was very sick, and we stopped here for a while, this place, in order for her to drink water, and she had a headache. She felt dizzy, in fact, she felt dizzy because of all these bends. And this happens to people when they don't travel a lot in these types of places. Now we'll be filming videos about these mountainous areas. Not just Chrea and Hammam Melouane, but also the area of Miftah, Jbabara, Bouzigza, Qaddara, and many other places that are not very far from Algiers and have a beautiful scenery for visitors. And you can see this area here doesn't have trees. So there are forested areas and non-forested areas in the Blida Atlas Mountains. But the whole region, or the region as a whole, remains a very beautiful region. And I think that the town you see there on the left is part of Larba Bni Musa. Larba. This is what they call it, Larba. It's a very big town in the eastern part of Blida, of the province of Blida. Earlier I tried to film a video of my trip from Algiers to this area, but unfortunately my phone overheated after about half an hour of filming. But today, but now because there are these shady areas here my phone is fine. It's not under the sun all the time. And now the sun is it's 4 o'clock, and the sun is in the west behind the mountains, so now there is no risk for me to, and I am headed east towards Hammam Melouane, so there is no risk for me to have the sun in front of me, have the sun hit my my dashboard. So the sun is behind me, essentially. That's why I'm taking advantage to film this video. I've been working on this channel for almost a year now, and my channel started in February 2021, last year, and now I could claim that I have some experience filming videos like these, road videos. Here too, people are stopping in order to watch, in order to look at the Mitija Plain, which lies between these mountains and the Mediterranean Sea. And on the, of course, I can see the sea. Even the sea is visible from here. It's one of the places where you can see the sea from the Atlas Mountains, from the Blida Atlas Mountains. And I think that steel is also there in order to pay homage to the martyrs of the Algerian Independence War. Now we are approaching the area of Sidi Serhan. You can see people enjoying these, enjoying sitting under the shade of these trees. Oh, there are cows here. That's a bull, I think. And we will be seeing more cows, I think, because earlier on our way here we saw many cows, and there are some small farms around here. And when I see these stretches of road, all I feel is the strong desire to drive, to continue driving, to enjoy driving here. It's so relaxing. I love doing it. This is another area, another place where you can see Algiers. And now I have the minaret of the Grand Mosque is on my left. There is a stray dog over there. So now when you are walking around here, you need to walk with a stick. If you are hiking, okay, this is a very important fact, guys. If you decide to hike in these areas, then you need to have a long stick. In order, every hiker needs a stick, a long stick, okay. And this is in order to protect yourself from wandering animals like stray dogs. There is another stray dog. It's on the right. So that's it, guys. Wow, many families here. And I think that they are all attracted by this wonderful scenery, wonderful landscape. And the minaret is right in front of us, the minaret of the Grand Mosque. And now we have started our descent towards the area of Hammam Melouane, I think. Hammam Melouane is underneath. Okay, so I guess that we are approaching a village. Many people in the province of Blida have motorbikes. Never since I can remember Blida, I've seen people, a lot of people driving motorbikes. There is a donkey on the left, and the horse too. The white animal we've just passed is a horse. I don't know whether I captured this on camera. Beautiful pine tree on the left, and everything is so different here in the Blida Atlas. In fact, the Blida Atlas is so different from the rest of the rural areas of Algeria. So as I said, similar areas are in Tissemsilt, in the Untitled Mountains, in the Warsenis Mountains of Tissemsilt. You can find an area with cedar trees, just like the one we saw near Chrea. And there is also another area in Bouira known as Tigijda. Someday I'll visit it too. Larba is over there, right in front of us. Some sporting competitions are also organized here, like a cycling tour, a cycling race known as the Algerian Tour, or Tour d'Algérie. The Algeria Tour. The area in the east over there, the mountains area in the east. Okay, so now just look over there. You can see the minaret of the Grand Mosque. It's right in front of us. It's over there. Such a beautiful thing. And it's located in Mohammedia in Algiers. So everything you see on the coast is part of Algiers. And the mountains in front of us are part of the Eid Musa area. There used to be a tribe there known as the Eid Musa or Bni Musa. It's one of the tribes of the Blida Atlas Mountains. And all the place names, or most of the place names here, almost all the place names are of Amazigh origin. The area here used to be a Berber-speaking region. And my friend Samir El Arifi, who published the dictionary of the Tamazight of the Atlas, of the Blida Atlas, also makes research on the place names of this area. He collected thousands of place names from these mountains. He's preparing a book about that too. A lot remains to be done on the history and anthropology of Algeria. And it's a very interesting country with a very interesting culture and history. Okay guys, so I've got to stop filming for a while. Just look at that beautiful view. Okay guys, so we're still on the way towards Hammam Melouane. We started our trip from Chrea, the town of Chrea, in the southern part of Blida. And this is the area of Sidi Serhan, another place where people like to come to picnic. And in fact, this is the picnic area of Hammam Melouane. You've got to be careful here because some local residents don't like. Oh, sorry, I've got to take the road. I should have taken the road on the right in order to go to the town of Hammam Melouane. Therefore, we've got to turn around and be careful. And local people, by the way, just look at those rocks they led on the shoulder of the road, and this means that, you know, local residents don't like cars parking here on the shoulder of the road. Cars of visitors, of strangers, because this road overlooks their homes, and they consider that as a violation of their privacy. And now this is the road that will take us to the town of Hammam Melouane. But be careful, it's very hilly and it's very narrow at some places. I don't know whether they widened it since I last visited it some 5 or 6 years ago, because the local authorities keep improving these areas in order to attract more visitors and more tourists. Just look at those houses. And local residents have small farms here, small farms and orchards and gardens. They still cultivate. And there are also forest roads, as you can see over there on that mountain, on the side of that mountain. And there are families picnicking here. It's such a nice thing. And this area overlooks the town of Hammam Melouane. If you stand on the shoulder of the road on the left, you will be able to see a tiny town at the bottom of the valley, and it's Hammam Melouane. And Hammam Melouane is on the banks of the Al Harash River. So this is the area I keep telling you about every time I tell you about the Al Harash River, which pours down in the Mediterranean Sea in Algiers. And this is where the Al Harash River starts, in an area, in a village here known as Maqta' al-Azraq, not very far from this place. Maqta' al-Azraq, or Ighzarnouchen, which is Amazigh or Berber for the jackals stream. So it's just a stream up in the mountains on the right, in the south, and the translation, yes, Maqta' al-Azraq translates as Blue Ford, the Blue Ford. Maqta' means a place where you can cross a river or a stream. So here, I mean, up in the mountains, The Al Harash River is just a stream, and then it becomes a river. The river that we see in Algiers or in the Metija plain. There are people who picnic even here, and those houses, beautiful houses with tile roofs, are also beautiful. They remind you that you are in a very rural area. I don't remember this road this wide. I remember that it was much narrower than this. Okay, so now, okay, there is a no entry sign on the left, which means that I need to take the right. Great. And I think that this is its narrowest part. This is the narrowest part of this road. Be very careful. There is a declivity. I hope my phone doesn't overheat, because sunshine is reaching us here. There is a stop line here. Okay, now if we want to return, we take the left. We want to return to Sidi Serhan, we take the left. Okay. And now we are descending towards the bottom of the valley, where Hammam Melouane, the town of Hammam Melouane, is located. Just look at how sharp these bends are. But we have arrived at the end of this road, and now the town of Hammam Melouane is on the left. And just look at that sign over there, Maqta al-Azraq or Ighzar is on the right. It's the last village in this area before you reach those areas where there are practically no people. There is another village further away in the mountains known as Himahlima, but I don't think that people have returned there, have returned to live there. Now we are headed straight towards the town of Hammam Melouane. I can see the Al Harash River on my right. This road leads to the river. Someday we are going to visit it. But I can see that the river is just a stream. It's not, doesn't have a lot of water. Usually in the winter, when it rains, it becomes a wide river, but not today. Oh, the road has collapsed here. They need to fix it. And landslides are a constant problem in such areas. And also rock falls. There are some fruit sellers, and the town of Hammam Melouane. This is a parking area. Okay, so there is this bridge. I think that it marks the entrance to the town, and of course Hammam Melouane is known for its handicraft sellers. Just look at all these objects of pottery. They are souvenirs from this town. This is one of the activities that the townspeople here do in order to sustain themselves. Just look at how beautiful that mountain is with its green trees. There is a restaurant somewhere. And the baths are on the right. The thermal baths. Yes. There is also a shrine here, the Sidi Sliman shrine. It's visited by people who seek some blessing or something. There is a beautiful palm tree there. And there is a mosque. In fact, that's a mosque. I remember I prayed here once. And this is the heart of Hammam Melouane, the town of Hammam Melouane. This is its heart. There are people selling homemade bread. And Hammam Melouane is named after a tribe, a local tribe known as Eith Melouane or Beni Melouane. Melouane. It's a tribe of the Blida Atlas. You can see here all these Berber pottery. And there is a hotel here. I think that it's that building. Brown building on the right. 5-floor building on the right. A friend of mine sells pottery here with his father. There are dresses, traditional dresses too. It's such a beautiful area, interesting to visit. Okay guys, so that was us driving from Chrea to Hammam Melouane. The road ahead of us leads to the town of Bouguera, and from there you can find the road on the left that will lead you to Blida and to a motorway that leads to Algiers and to Bebeli and Algiers. Okay guys, so I hope that you liked my video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications button in order to receive more notifications about our future videos. Drive safely, visit Algeria, take care of yourselves, drop me comments if you like this video, or just to tell me what you think about what I am doing. And okay, take care of yourselves and goodbye.